Now this was a pre-YouTube project. I wanted to build the ultimate budget sleeper. Taking this little granny mobile forward, ripping the engine out, and then just seeing what I could do with it. I already had a plan in my head, but then the challenge was putting that plan into action. This car had started life as a 1 litre injection and had a fantastic body shell and probably only about 30,000 miles on when I bought it. I had to choose a fuel injection model over the carburetor, otherwise the plan I had in my head just would not have worked. Sneak peek. I took the engine out in preparation and got the wiring harness off to a specialist, a friend of a friend of a friend. The brakes obviously needed an upgrade because they're not going to be up to the task. So I went sourcing parts. I'd also managed to get hold of a K-Series VVC engine and MG ZR seats, probably from the same car. I managed to get hold of a really rare set of MG turbo alloys. These were fantastic. These were the ideal for the car, but unfortunately they got stolen from me. So I went out and got a set of Metro GTA wheels. These are in a poor state, so I just set about refurbishing them straight away. And behind these, I decided to put a more modern set of GTI brakes. So it's a bigger caliper to go over a nice set of vented and grooved discs. Now that the brakes are sorted, it's time to start work on the 1.8 VVC engine. Again, out of an MG ZR, but these are renowned for having head gasket failures. So I stripped it all down, checked it was all good. I did a cam belt service on it, flathead, new cylinder head gaskets, the lot. So all the ancillaries that were on the outside have all been refurbished as well. Cylinder head back on. This engine has the variable valve cam, which is VVC. On the end here you can see the two pulleys connected with a chain. This is just like your VTEC system in a Honda. Cam cover was in a bit of a sorry state, so I thought, oh, I'm going to polish it up. Inlet manifold as well, heat-proof paint. Going to give it a quick polish, and I think the results speak for themselves. Nice bit of clear coat over this, and it should last a long time. With the engine reassembled, all looking pretty smart, I just needed the ancillaries cleaning up now. I polished the alternator mount, the engine mount, and the cross member. Got deep cleaned and repainted as well, ready to go back in. The engine bay itself was a right mess, so I set about putting some time and effort in, a lot of elbow grease to get this sorted as well. Quick paint of the ancillaries again, make sure it's looking well smart for the engine to go back in, and it's cleaned up a treat. The interior, not up to standard, so I've got the MG ZR seats, cleaned them up, and they were a lovely bucket seat, perfect for the job. Now, can you believe I got these seats from a scrapyard as well? These are just going to get thrown away. The exhaust system on the car is MG ZR front, Metro GTR mid, and old school Metro GTI tailpipe, so it looks like a proper sleeper. I cleaned the underside of the car. That was clean enough so you could actually eat dinner off it, but I didn't want that to be letting down the rest of the car. It's probably too good to go on the road now, but hey, clean enough to eat your dinner off. So the Metro GTA alloys, I did try them in white but went back to silver. I just thought it more in keeping with the sleeper look that I was going for. The wiring harness, the guy sent me some pictures over, and this is why I did not want to do this job myself. He just knew what he was doing, took it all apart, turned it into a multi-point injection MG ZR/Metro, and boom, absolute dancer. I fitted that, and then it's time for the engine to go back in. With the engine bay prepped, it was ready to drop the engine in. And believe it or not, it goes straight onto the original engine mount, give or take, maybe a mixture of the two. I had to refabricate the ECU mount and the battery tray, which were a minor issue, to be honest. I fitted a really strong Lucas battery, obviously going from a 1 litre up to a 1.8. That just gave it a lot of extra oomph. Time for a polish. I'll get the outside as good as the inside, on the underneath. This is exactly what I didn't want. Way down in the depths of the engine bay, I'd forgotten to plug something in. Luckily, it was just the crank position sensor which goes onto the flywheel. A little bit of a pig to get to, but at least I found it.
You ready?
This little car was only actually in the workshop for about a week, in which time we just did our evening work and maybe a little bit at the weekend. I got everything planned obviously in place with a wiring harness beforehand and all the gaskets I needed. But what a little rocket. It was actually so fast, so fast, that as soon as it was finished, I put it up for sale and sold it. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll try and get some more of these little beasts on the road.